Hi, I'm Sierra from Essentials for Healing, and today I was making shampoo for a client and I decided, well, why not video it and show everyone how easy it is to make your own shampoo. I got this recipe from this book, the Herbal Bath and Body book by Heather Howdick. You can get it on Amazon. It's wonderful, and there's the shampoo recipe. So I want to give credit where credit's due. This is not my recipe. If you don't have a French press, it's so worth it to make your own shampoo. Everybody loves this shampoo, and why buy shampoo when you can make it and your hair turns out wonderful? The herbs I've chosen today are all to strengthen the hair follicle because, well, I'm not getting any younger and I don't want to lose my hair any more than I am with aging. So I've used sage in here, which it strengthens the hair follicle, and rosemary, which is my absolute favorite. This strengthens the hair follicle by increasing the blood flow to the scalp. So, and then there's rosebuds in here, and it also strengthens the hair follicle. So they work in different ways, these three herbs. And you can read all about it in this book. It will just make this video too long. You can color your hair, you can make your hair have more highlights. It all depends on which herbs you want to choose. And you can get all of these in bulk at your health food store. So easy. Your investment would be just to get a French press. This has been soaking, this has been soaking for 24 hours, and I use distilled water to soak my herbs in. And when I use rosemary, I do bring it to a boil. When I use other herbs that aren't as harsh as, that's not the word I want to use. Rosemary dried is really hard, so I want to boil it to get everything out of it.
With any plant material that is more delicate, you probably don't need to use so much boiling water, but roots or stems or like rosemary it's a dried rosemary, so it's would be better to use more boiling water.
Yeah, thank you, Kevin. I usually, with the others, I just simmer. Just use a simmer. I've measured up, I always use Castile soap, and I get it from Aromatics. Again, I don't like Bronner's. This is the good stuff. And we want to get our hair clean, and most often, even the oiliest of hairs will only need one lathering. So I have gone ahead and measured out a half a cup of this Castile soap, which is purchased from Aromatics International. I'm just going to pour it into this shampoo bottle, which you can just use one of your old shampoo bottles. Now I'm going to press this down, make sure I get all the goodness out of these wonderful herbs. Sorry guys, I'm new at this, but I'm going to get better, I promise. But stay tuned. Okay, so I'm going to measure out, this is so easy. I'm going to measure out a half a cup of the herbal concoction that we've made. And in the summer, you're probably going to want to do something with peppermint, something that might be more refreshing. This is good for the winter to keep their hair from drying out, and it's also really good for spring, because in spring everybody's hair falls out and most of us women freak out. And to that, see, we're almost done. So to that, I'm going to add a tablespoon of vegetable glycerin, and this is certified organic. Pour it right down that, and then that's that. And this helps you not to have to use conditioner. And then you always want to add a little oil to your shampoo. It helps keep your hair shiny and tangle free. Again, you're not going to need conditioner. I always use either cranberry seed oil or pomegranate seed oil. They're both marvelous for your hair. So since this is a client that I absolutely love, I'm going to give her the special treatment and use the pomegranate seed oil for her. I'll tell you the truth, I love all my clients. So it's 1 teaspoon of pomegranate seed oil. You probably would want to invest in a nice hair oil, hair-friendly oil. You could try olive oil. I just don't, I don't know. I never tried it. It might work. In fact, I think it probably would. And that's the shampoo. And later on, I'm going to add some essential oils to this, maybe 25 to 40 drops, depending on your preference. I'll be adding rosemary, more rosemary to this for my client. I wanted to talk about this particular rosemary that is rosemary verbenon, chemotype verbenon, and the smell is heavenly. And you take a couple drops of this and you put it on your hair after you wash it, and it just leaves your hair shiny and lovely. And if your hair tends to tangle, then just use a little of Bragg's vinegar and warm water and rinse with that, and then you won't need any conditioner. And that's it. So simple, easy to make your own shampoo. You never have to buy shampoo again. Hope you've enjoyed this.